I've used this in training sometimes when I'm out there among the members of the church and we are talking about acting and not being acted upon. So you draw upon 2nd Nephi, but you're really the first one, I think, at least that I've heard, use this phrase, this verse to talk about learning and teaching. So right now you're talking about the learner, and the teacher also, I guess, acting.
That's right.
And not being acted upon. But in a class, you're kind of inferring that this learner needs to do things, needs to act, needs to be engaged, not just sitting there waiting to be told. Is that accurate?
I think we often view the teacher as the disseminator of information.
Right.
And so they have prepared, they've studied, they have all this stuff, and so now what they're going to do is share it and disseminate it. To a degree, that's true. But what that does is make the members of the class objects that are primarily being acted upon, not agents who are acting. And with moral agency, when we act as agents, it invites in a powerful way individual teaching by the power of the Holy Ghost. So I'm not suggesting that there is no role for a teacher presenting information. Of course, that's important. But I believe the highest manifestation of teaching is inviting learners to act in accordance with the truth that they are learning. This is not self-discovery. This is not some kind of pedagogy from the secular world.
Right.
This is the Lord's pattern.
Right.
And He uses it all the time. In the Garden of Eden, Adam, what are you doing? Well, He knows what Adam is doing.
Where art thou? Huh.
But He asks Adam the question so that Adam is an agent who acts. When Nephi wants to see and learn what his father had seen and learned, the Holy Ghost asks a series of questions to Nephi. Not because the Holy Ghost doesn't know the answer, but because the Holy Ghost is inviting Nephi to act, to look. And as Nephi acts, he's taught in a powerful way. So there's both giving information, but more importantly, inviting the learners to act upon what they're receiving.
Even when the Lord invited Nephi to build the ship, He was asking him to act. And Nephi was in a sense saying, I've never built a ship. I'm not sure how to go about this. And the Lord said, oh, we'll tutor you. You know, you'll know what you need to know, but start acting. So you're really putting this emphasis on the importance of getting out there and trying and exerting yourself, living the principle rather than just listening to it or talking about it.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know, oftentimes we can go into a class and the teacher might take almost the entire time without students, learners doing much or even being invited to do much.
And I want to be very clear in saying we're not just making this discussion groups, we're not employing the kinds of methodologies that are used in education in all parts of the world. That's not what this is about. It is about moral agency. It's about acting and not being acted upon. Because when we act, the plan of happiness is so that we can learn from our own experience. And so to the degree that we are both providing gospel truth and then inviting people to act upon it, then that's the complete range of teaching, not just standing and talking. This is tied to a verse in the Book of Mormon where it says that the power of the Holy Ghost carries the power of a message unto the heart. It's significant to me that it doesn't say into the heart. It's unto the heart. With missionaries all the time, the missionaries think, if I just bear a more fervent testimony, if I'm just better prepared, if I just do this, if I just do that, then I can force that testimony into a person's heart. And the answer is, no, you can't. All you can do is bring it right here. The question then is, well, what happens to get it inside?
Yes.
And the person has to act in faith according to truth, and that's how it goes from unto to into. So a teacher standing and talking can deliver a lot of stuff right here, but it's not until we invite the learner to act that the learner begins to invite it inside. So I've said in other occasions that the best lessons in life are not taught, they're caught. And you catch them when you're inviting them into your heart.